Thank you again for celebrating our 130th anniversary with us.
Hi, I am Tykiah Wright, and I am the founder of Wright Choice Incorporated. At the age of 3, I was diagnosed with Charcot-Marie Tooth condition, and it falls under the umbrella of muscular dystrophy. In a nutshell, CMT affects everything farthest from my brain, which are my hands and my feet. Over the years, the nerves in my hands and my feet began to die out. And it wasn't until 5th grade that I received the wheelchair to aid in my mobility. When I was in high school, that was the first time that I realized the power of writing down my goals and my dreams. At the top of the list was becoming a cheerleader. It was something that was deep in my heart, and I just had to accomplish that. Well, in the 11th grade, I became the first cheerleader in the city of Columbus to be in a wheelchair. From college, I began to formulate the idea and the vision for Wright Choice and helping young people, both minority students and students with disabilities alike, helping to prepare them for life after graduation. And one of the highlights early on in my career was getting the opportunity to appear on the Montel Williams show. They divided the prize up and gave each one of us $20,000. That was just another fuel to my fire to keep me going, to let me know that I was doing what I was called to do. Well, in August of 2013, out of the blue, I received a phone call from the White House. I had been nominated to be a commissioner for the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans. Our goal as a commission is to look at the education of our African American students, really from cradle to careers. We focus in on early learning. We focus on college access, how students transition in post-secondary. We also look at the involvement of parents throughout the continuum of a child's education. Part of the YWCA's mission is to eliminate racism, and that is certainly a part of what I do. Breaking down stereotypes, helping people to overcome barriers, not only physical barriers, but attitudinal barriers, is key to creating inclusion into our workforce. Our community will be so much stronger if we come together and embrace our uniqueness and celebrate our differences.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2016 Woman of Achievement, Tykiah Wright.
From the civil rights to the women's rights movement, we can look back and see significant change. However, when I compare these to the third community I come from, Americans with Disabilities, I notice how much it lags behind. Last year, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, but we still struggle to shift the narrative of who we are and who we can be in today's workforce. In my opinion, the core issue is a 4-letter word: fear. Fear can either motivate you or stop you in your tracks. I find that employers, for lack of a better word, are paralyzed by fear when considering hiring a diversely able workforce. Let me give you an example of how straightforward this process can be. Through my company, I work with a young lady who had cerebral palsy and used a wheelchair for mobility. She was an engineering major with a 3.8 GPA. Because her appearance was slightly different and her speech required a little bit of patience, many employers missed her brilliance. Eventually, we were able to find an employer who was willing to overcome his fear and give her a chance. After 3 months of interning, the employer told me that she had become an integral part of the team, providing a different and valuable perspective that helped advance their projects. The employer said that because of this student, he now has a deeper appreciation for a workforce he used to ignore. As you can see, making fierce as opposed to fearful choices can change lives. The population of Americans with disabilities is more than 57 million strong. And we boast about being the most inclusive community, crossing all racial, gender, religious, and socioeconomic boundaries. You often hear people say that they are one paycheck away from poverty, but please understand, you are also one accident away from joining this community. That is a sobering thought. Today I invite you to examine your fear towards people with disabilities. Take time to notice who you work with and how the definitions of diversity are limited to ethnicity, gender, and skin color. Rarely are people like me included in that head count. Sometimes I get frustrated when I hear the statements, there are not enough good people to fill certain kinds of positions. Let me suggest that there are tons of qualified people. It's just that we all need to embrace the idea that diverse abilities create a stronger workforce. I also invite you to get to know us. We are well worth your time. I would like to thank my champions, my family and friends for your consistent support over the last 14 years. I would also like to thank my nominators in Elfie Bella and the amazing team at the YWCA for all that you do to impact the lives of women and girls in our community every single day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 1999 Woman of Achievement, Donna James.
Tykiah, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the Academy of Women of Achievement. God bless you.